This is episode 47 of my weekly diary. Now, this one actually contains some highlights from my Sevens game, so I hope you enjoy. So this was my Sevens tournament on Sunday. Now, this I think had 7 games in total, and as the only front row forward on the entire team, my job was pretty much stealing and tackling, and also rocking. But obviously I'm not going to complain about that, I quite like doing that. I also managed to get 1 try in the end, however, sadly not as many as I got in the 10s, but we get some, we lose some. So my first game was Bass Wales Gold, so this was supposed to be their better team. We won it 36-0. It was a good game. I think I spent most of the time stealing ball and just passing it off, and I think that was the way we scored, just through running around them after stealing it, because that's when their defence was broken most. The second game was actually against our own team. As we had so many players, we put in 2 teams. We had my one, which was the Becks Valley Steelers, and the other one, which was Becks Valley Chargers. We won that 17-5. The third one, we sadly lost 5-27. But I did only come on at halfway when it was 14-0, so I did my best. The fourth one was Bass Wales Blue, so this was the other one for the other team that I put into. We won 17-0, so not a massive win, but a win's a win. And then the one before the finals was Ashford. We won that again, 29-5. So overall, we had pretty good scores and made it into the finals against Bull Oaks, who I think didn't lose any games at all during the entire thing, so good on them. But sadly, the score ended up being 4-1. I don't remember the exact score, so that's what we're going with. Yeah, there are definitely some pros and cons for being a front row forward playing sevens. Obviously, nearly everyone's faster than me, which is absolutely amazing. But it also means there are a lot less forwards, which means they're a lot easier to actually steal the ball from, ruck against, and pretty much everything like that. I did have some nice tackles against some people I know, which always makes me laugh. Definitely didn't have too many late ones, hopefully. But yeah, no, it was definitely a strong mix of players. Bull Oaks had, obviously, some strong ones that some of my players struggled to tackle, which just made the results much harder than they should have been. But obviously, you can't be everywhere at once. And I think by this point we were just so tired that we were struggling to move forward a bit, and I think we just lost it a bit. And I think if we'd played them sooner, it would have had a different result, or if we had like a longer break between, it would have had a different result. But in the end, we just couldn't pull through and ended up losing it all. But doesn't matter, came second, and this is the video, so I hope you enjoy. So, quick video of the day. Monday, obviously, I arrived here, so I have nothing to say for that. Tuesday, I spent the entire day in class doing coursework, and that was literally it. It was pretty empty for most of it, as obviously people were revising for exams and stuff like that, but as I've said before, I managed to pass all mine, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. Obviously, I had a sevens game on Sunday, and I think I bruised my ribs, which really hurt. So instead of doing training today, I did off-feet training. So I did skills until a certain point, until it started involving like running and stuff like that, which then I kind of like backed out and just started doing like regular passing with other people. And it was supposed to be circuits as well, but instead I did 2,500 on a rowing machine. So it was 500, and then you had breaks in between, and you ended up doing 5 of them. And that was pretty much it. And so for the rest of it, because that only took me about 20 minutes, I was spent like kind of cheering on my team for the circuits, motivating them hopefully, and annoying them a little bit because it always made me laugh. But for gym, I did nearly everything except for military press, as it was all uppers. But that's pretty much my day. Obviously, I still have to get some work done, but not much more I can say about that. Oh, I did have workshop though. And in that we were kind of talking about what we'd be doing over the summer, expectations, stuff like that, and basically saying how we'd want to treat the new first years and what we wanted to keep and what we wanted to change about when we got here versus now. So it's just stuff like that. So obviously on Wednesday I did off-feet stuff because of what I thought was my ribs. So this morning I went to the physio and was basically like, hi, obviously I texted you last time, but I thought it'd be better if I come face to face, blah blah blah, booked a schedule obviously. And he basically made me do like a few movements, breathing in and out, coughing, and he said where it was most likely I've bruised the lower part of my sternum instead of what I thought were my ribs. So amazing. Apparently it's the same though, that there's not much you can do, like low blood supply there, so it's going to take a while to heal, and pretty much you'll be in a bit of pain, but you're absolutely fine. So I thought, absolutely lovely. And he said, oh, don't do the conditioning, but you can do pretty much everything else. Like, start with the warm-up, see how you feel. So I was like, alright. Started with that. Warm-up went absolutely fine. And then, obviously, wasn't doing the conditioning parts. Went on to small-sided games. Obviously, no tackling, as we're in off-season. Or pretty much in off-season. But, yeah. Basically, after a while of doing it, started hurting a bit more and more, but obviously not much you can do about it. So I carried on, because why not? Did gym, absolutely fine. Did, like, really small jogging, back and forth. Like, your turn, my turn, kind of thing. But, literally, I am fine. So I should be starting up completely next week. But, yeah. Giving myself like a nice little week break since it happened. But yeah, I think I've said that a lot. That is pretty much all I did today. Oh, and then I went to do a 1-to-1 with my coach Ollie, basically saying like, oh, what can I do for improvements and stuff like that, and had a conversation with him and my S&C coach and the other coach. So overall, it was supposed to be a short day, felt quite a long day, but that was it.